We all wish we could bring our Disney vacation home with us, right? To have that Disney feeling every day? Well, why not start your day the Disney way with a Disney blend from Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company? With over 23 varieties to choose from the French bistro you find in your resort room to the Yachtsman Steakhouse and Jico, of course, and now Joffrey's newest Disney blend, Le Cellier. Why not start your day with that Disney magic? Order yours today at Joffreys.com.
Hey, Looper Nation, it's Brittany.
Justin.
Jen.
And original Super Looper Joe Chochi, and we're coming to you live from the Resort Loop Monorail, heading over to Bay Lake Tower at Disney's Contemporary Resort to watch a little Hollow Wishes, and you're listening to
The Resort Loop Podcast with Tim and Bob.
Or Bob and Tim.
Jack Wagner. Do your thing.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance. Once the monorail in front of us moves a safe distance away, we will resume our forward motion.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
This is the Gateway to the Magic, also known as ResortLoop.com. Bob.
Yes, Tim.
How about that open?
Oh, it's the Quat Crew. You like that?
The Quattrucci entourage.
That might be his security detail. I'm not sure. He's, he's getting to be a pretty big shot here on social media. So,
as are all Looper Nation.
Absolutely. Everybody out there spreading the love. We appreciate that. And thank you, Joe and crew, for that great open. And we got some other people to thank, Tim.
I think right out of the box, Bob, I'd love to thank Sarah Weber, one of our new supporters over at Patreon.
Yes, that
helping
was
out the
very
show.
Nice of you, Sarah.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. And if anybody else wants to, help support the show, please feel free. How do they go about doing that, Tim?
Just pop over to ResortLoop.com, go to /support, or if you just go over to the homepage over at Resort Loop, you'll see a little box over there on the right-hand side. We try to make it easy peasy.
There you go. We're trying to plus your experience. Everything goes right back into the show. And we got some really exciting stuff coming, especially for 2017.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. And before we keep going, Bob, we have a review on iTunes.
Excellent. My goodness.
We'd read. I know it's been a very busy few days here. Friend of the show, Brett C. Williams. He says, entertaining and informational. He goes, I am pretty active in the Disney online community. I listen to many Disney podcasts, participate in a few, and am a regular contributor on Facebook groups and various forums. The ResortLoop.com show has quickly ascended to the top of my list. Aw.
Wow.
Tim and Bob and Tim, are a terrific duo. Well, that's 4 people right there. Oh, I'm kidding.
You better not be paying the other two more than you're paying me.
They're all getting paid the same. They have great rapport, and their self-deprecating humor makes the show a terrific listen. Not only is it a fun podcast, but they keep the Disney topics fresh and informative. Great work, gents. I look forward to many more shows. I have actually dug into the archives and am listening to the older shows. Great stuff. Once again, Brett, we recommend doing that in very small doses.
Exactly. and get a doctor's note on that, too. Thank you so much. That is so nice. That means a lot to us because, like we've said before, you got a lot of options out there. And to get that kind of a rave review, we are very humbled by that.
Yeah, so. Just to include us in your listens during the week is just a great flattery for us.
Absolutely. Tim, before we go on with the show, which I don't know what the show is going to be about today.
I hope you do.
Hey, real quick, I got some This Days in Disney History. Are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite cartoons of all time, 1938. Disney's Mickey Mouse cartoon, The Brave Little Tailor, is released. I think that's one of the best Mickey cartoons out there, and it was nominated for an Academy Award.
That is a classic.
How about that? 1938. We're going to jump up to 1971. One of so many people's favorites at any of the Disney parks. 1971, the Dapper Dans performed their very first set at the GAF Photo Shop on Main Street. Jerry Siggins, Bob Mathis, Dick Keeneland, and Bub Thomas sing for cast members and their families a week before the grand opening of Walt Disney World in Florida.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
Those guys are fantastic.
Oh, they are fantastic. Oh, absolutely they are.
They can never get rid of the Dapper Dans. Then jumping ahead 9 years later, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad attraction debuts at Walt Disney World with a soft opening. Big Thunder Mountain. A lot of stuff happened on this day in Disney history. 1984, Michael Eisner and Frank Wells officially become chairman and president of the Walt Disney Productions when they take a tour of the Disney studio in Burbank with Roy Disney.
Wow.
And we're not done yet, Tim.
There's more?
More. I know. It's
not even
crazy.
October yet. I can see all this stuff in October when, the fiscal year starts and parks open and that kind of
stuff.
True.
By the way, happy fall. It's officially fall.
Oh, yay.
Fall's good. It's what follows fall.
That's right. I do like fall. I don't mind fall. It's winter.
Then it becomes slip and fall season. So, 1999. This one's going to tug at your heartstrings.
All right.
The large and small horizon signs are removed from the closed Epcot attraction at Walt Disney World.
Wow.
On this day.
1999?
99, yeah. Wow. And then finally, Tim, another one tugging at all of our heartstrings. A new attraction. Walt Disney's One-Man Dream, showing memorabilia about Walt Disney's career and heritage to the public for the first time, officially opens at Disney MGM in Florida.
Wow, One Man's Dream.
One Man's Dream, officially to be dedicated on October 1st on start of Walt Disney World's 100 Years of Magic celebration. So there it is, Walt Disney's One Man's Dream. That brings up a lot of emotions, Tim.
This stuff does make me very emotional.
Does it?
It does.
What should we talk about today?
I think we need to talk about Looper Nation's Disney Emotions.
I like that idea.
You put this out there. What were you looking for on this?
It actually wasn't me at all. It was Barbara Hamilton that put that out.
Okay.
She said, "Hey, I want to know what everybody's emotions are. What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What triggers those incredible emotions that we all experience when we get into Walt Disney World or any of the Disney parks, for that matter." So we put that out there to Looper Nation, and of course, Looper Nation always comes through huge. So thank you, Barbara Hamilton, for this suggestion. And Tim, why don't you start us off?
I will take us away. We're going to start off with Jen Stead. She says, the last crescendo to the Illuminations fireworks gets me every time.
That's a good one.
Oh, absolutely.
Tim Elbing Jr. says, at the risk of sounding like a cliche, everything gets me emotional at the parks. From the minute I step onto Magical Express, just about anything and everything can turn me into a blubbering mess. The upcoming trip is bound to be the worst, as we are staying at the Poly, thanks to DVC, for the first time ever. I have wanted to stay there ever since I was a little kid, and something years later, I finally get to live out this dream.
Oh,
that's
nice.
going to be special.
That is totally special. Mindy Carnes Muir, she goes, I'm with you, Tim. Getting emotional in the parks is a very personal feeling. For me, it's silly, but boarding the tram at a MCO at the airport, I get a little teary-eyed and knowing that my trip is about to start. Then the second emotion comes up when we pull up, then seeing the castle, and last, saying goodbye.
Oh.
All this brings tears to my eyes. Disney emotions are amazing, though. Can we go to Disney now? Because I'm crying.
Oh. I know. When I was reading these, I got to be honest, I was getting emotional the first time I read these guys. So
yeah.
Christopher Mikado says, when I sit by the exits and watch the fresh kids come in and exhausted kids go out, you can see the joy even when tired, and it makes me remember being a kid and going to Disneyland.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah. Great friend of the show, member of the blogging team, Monica Rodriguez-Pinto. She goes, seeing Cinderella's castle gets me a little musty-eyed. I'm not going to lie. Wishes for sure. The song at the end of Illuminations, and mostly watching my daughter interact with the characters.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that character interaction is huge.
Oh, when you go back and look at those in about 10 years, you're going to get even more teary-eyed, Monica.
Oh, forget about it. Yeah, exactly. Krista Hastings Records says, wishes and illuminations every single time. I tear up as soon as the music starts.
Oh, those nighttime shows, man, they pull at you also.
Yeah, you're going to find wishes and illuminations really were represented well in this poll.
Oh, yeah. Matt Birchfield, he says, my 17-year-old got to walk through Fantasyland holding hands with Peter Pan.
Oh.
And my youngest, she's 10 now, when she was 18 months old, and I got to meet Winnie the Pooh for the first time. Pooh was her first stuffed animal from her aunt and uncle, and she still has it.
Oh, how about that?
Oh.
Again, that character interaction.
Yep.
Can't beat it. Kelly Fico says, I'm with Tim. I get emotional at everything in the parks, but it's guaranteed I will cry when watching Wishes. And I used to cry during Spectro Magic Parade when the kids sang the chorus in the song. That got me every time. I miss that parade so much. Wish they would bring it back.
Well, you never know. I think something's going to have to come back eventually. We'll see what that'll be. Robin Howard, just the different, better person my disabled daughter becomes at Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that special? Disney's just such a magical place for everybody.
Yep. And it just brings out so many, emotions and the child in all of us. And that's why we keep going back.
Absolutely.
Noreen Keely Bucatello says, or Bucalato says, a lot of things make me emotional, but Wishes gets me crying every time.
Oh. Rocketeer running team captain Emily Hansa Hicks goes, I literally started crying watching my girls watch the Frozen sing-along.
Oh, yeah. This one got me from Keith White.
Okay.
He says, hi, Bob and Tim. If you asked me this question 10 years ago, when I was in my early 30s, I would have denied that I had any emotions. But at 42 now, with 3 kids, 2 daughters, 12 and 9, who know that Daddy does not have a credit limit at Walt Disney World. So yes, I am emotional now, and my wife of 15 years calls me soft. I won't say I cry when I'm in the world, but I have advanced eye leakage that my doctor at home can't seem to find the cause.
Oh, I'm sorry, Keith.
Yep, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, he says. So things that stir up emotions for me start with my favorite attraction at Walt Disney World, the Hall of Presidents. Add the American Adventure in Epcot, and I'm done. Nemo the musical gets me every time. It's a moment of joy for me. My son and I, who is the oldest and 14, see it together every trip. He was born in April 2002, and Finding Nemo was the first Disney movie he, quote-unquote, saw in the theaters at just over a year old. As always, great topic, and I can't wait to hear from the other loopers. So thank you, Keith. And you're right. Us guys, we don't get emotional.
No. Get advanced eye leakage.
Got a little something in my eye.
Yeah, let me turn away for a second. Don't look at me right now. Don't look at me right now.
My sinuses are bothering me. That's what it is. My sinuses.
Sandy Simianic, she goes, watching my kids walk hand in hand down Main Street together. Oh.
Absolutely. Peyton Turner says, this sounds like an easy answer, but it's so true. Leaving.
Oh, yep.
When I walk out of the Magic Kingdom on my last night, I always turn around and try and take it all in before I begin that long, sad walk to usually Pop Century bus.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Kelly Stanley Cotton, she goes, wishes every single time. We saw the Osborne Lights for the first and last time this past Christmas. When we walked into that entrance, I cried. When I realized it was snowing, I really cried.
Aww. Osborne Lights, come on. Why did they take those away? Ben Fluth says, driving under the main gate always brings a flood of happiness. Reminds me as a kid when Mom and Dad allowed us to ride on the front bunk of the RV, watching through the front window as we passed underneath. There was always screams of joy.
Oh, I remember those.
Oh, yeah.
Top of the mini motorhomes? Yeah.
Yeah. The Winnebagos.
The Winnies.
Yep.
Lori Severson Parker. I cry at nearly every parade and nighttime show, especially Illuminations and World of Color at California Adventure. And the Golden Dream song at the end of the American Adventure gets me every single time. I'm a regular embarrassment to my teenage daughter.
I think that's our job, Lori.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Exactly.
No, give her a couple years and she'll understand everything. It'll be fine.
Exactly. Dave Koch says, the fanfare and electric voice at the start of the Main Street Electrical Parade always chokes me up taking me back to the first time I fell in love with Disney as an adult. I just remember being so filled with wonder and awe the first time I saw the parade, and I'm always taken back to that night when I hear that music. May Disneyland take good care of it.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Kim Carty, I went once as a child when I was 8 with my family. My dad is not the type that believes theme parks are vacations, so my memories from that trip are super special. When I return now as an adult, it's those places in the park that have not changed over time where those flashes of memory are most striking. The memories that simultaneously make me feel 8 will also make me feel like the luckiest mom in the whole world. Where memory meets today and glimpses into the future, that gets me every time. Like the Main Street, the Castle, Fantasyland, Jungle Cruise, Crystal Palace, and the monorail.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Yep.
Charles Wood says, Wishes, opening show. Okay, just about anything at Disney.
Chris Yardy, hope I got that right. Wishes and Magical Express mail on my room door.
Yeah, I'm thinking the second one is not a happy feeling. Because I know as soon as I see that tag hanging on my door,
yep,
I'm like, oh,
time to go.
It's not time yet.
Do we pack? We have to pack.
Come on, I want to go.
No.
Lisa Yost says, she sent us a video. She said, this video gets me every time. It was our first day at the Magic Kingdom, and we just finished meeting Cinderella and Rapunzel. Our daughter, Kylie, was getting antsy because she wanted to ride more rides. What she didn't know was her Aunt Kelly, my sister, was walking into the park. Kylie sees Kelly pretty regularly, so not sure why this was so emotional. I guess it was just the Disney magic. And you see her daughter run over to her aunt and just hugging and hugging and hugging. So,
oh yeah,
I think just seeing somebody in that park that you typically, you're used to seeing outside the park.
Oh yeah,
you get that feeling like, all right, we're experiencing this together. This is so great.
Exactly. This is my happy place. I'm thrilled you're here with us.
There you go.
Let's do this. Lori Gauthier says, the question is, what doesn't make me emotional at the parks? Sometimes I feel silly to admit that so many Disney moments make me burst into tears. I just can't help it. Every time I turn a corner, I am filled with a memory of being there with my children when they were young. They're all grown now with children of their own, but those parks are full of happy memories that I will cherish forever. Nice.
Well, now you get to experience those with your grandchildren. So
double them up.
That's the beauty of Disney. It's again brings out that child in all of us.
Yes, it does.
Tamara Spidell says, and Tamara, good pal of the show. Besides the obvious, crying with the tragical depressed when the tragical depressed bus rolls in to take us to the airport for our flight home. I get emotional when I round the bend on Main Street and see Cinderella's castle. That castle embodies everything that is happy for me. Unfortunately, I went through some difficult times as a kid. My mom worked hard to get us to Walt Disney World occasionally because she wanted us to be free from the heartache of our everyday lives. As a child, I knew that when the castle was in sight, worries and troubles were non-existent, and I could just be a regular kid. It still brings me to joyful tears, even as a 40-plus-year-old. #Thanks, Mom.
Wow.
How about that?
That is incredible. Rob Shumway. As a guy that just got my man card back, I always try to not to get emotional. However, when it does happen, it somehow always involves my 3-year-old daughter. And,
of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And know that she will have great memories for many years to come.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. Those kids will bring it out on it. You can be the toughest guy in the world when you see your kid running up to Mickey.
Oh, forget about it. Eye leakage.
Yeah. Leanne Johnson Strickland says, seeing children who I may or may not know, children's faces light up when they see the castle or characters for the first time. That is really what it's all about. Yep,
that's true. You can experience these memories with not even your own family, just observing others.
Oh, yeah. Some of my favorite memories are seeing things that other people have done.
We've said before, there's no better place to people watch than Walt Disney World. Oh, my gosh.
Exactly.
I mean, positive and negative, but man.
Right.
Kim Bynum Drake says, at the opening of the Magic Kingdom when the train comes in.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that rolls right up.
Yeah, you know you're about to embark on that great journey inside.
Absolutely.
Mark Lamb says, living with the land. It's our first ride on every Walt Disney World vacation. How about that?
That is awesome. I love that. Beth Terminelli DeSalva says, "Oh my gosh, wishes every single time."
Yeah, say wishes and illuminations. Doing a lot, yeah. Frederick Pagliarulo Jr.
Freddie P.
There you go. There are a lot of reasons to get emotional at Walt Disney World, but I'll try to narrow it down to a concise answer. For me, getting emotional means getting that feeling of euphoria from deep within and having it spread to every part of my body. A temporary emotional escape from the stresses of the real world. I tend to get that feeling most early on the trip when the first sighting of the welcome sign, arrival at our home resort, and of course, that very first sighting of the castle on Main Street. These are the moments that I cherish because I can share them with the people I love the most in the entire world, my beloved family.
Nice.
There you go.
Absolutely. Jamie Price says, so many things make me emotional. The drive through the main gates, the Magic Kingdom welcome show, the walk up Main Street, the flag retreat ceremony. Also, good character interaction can make my eyes water. Anytime I look at my toddler and see the magic in his eyes, and anytime my teen son smiles, even though he's doing his darndest to pretend he's not having fun. That's true. Once I blubbered during the holiday version of Illuminations. Of course, when I proposed to my wife near the castle, we all had tears of joy. And finally, saying goodbye to the castle and the resort and driving through the exit makes us all weep and start dreaming about our next trip. That's when you start booking your next trip.
Exactly. Exactly. You're at least talking about it, yeah. Tammy Subasic says, watching the snowfall after the fireworks at Christmas at Disneyland gets me choked up and teary-eyed every time.
Wow. Liz Forte Ares says, so many things, but especially wishes. It holds such a special place in my heart. Just hearing the Wishes soundtrack brings tears to my eyes either at the Magic Kingdom during the show watching with my family or listening at home. It also makes the perfect license plate. And then you see a picture of her license plate here. It says Wishes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool.
That is awesome.
That's, you know what? We should do a poll on, who has those vanity plates.
Oh, that'll be let's do that on the next show. An upcoming show.
An upcoming show.
Yeah. Soon.
Exactly. Peg's Sinicola says, Golden Dreams and Illuminations. I guess I'm a sap for sentimentality.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Janet Fraser Sala says, Illuminations. When the lyrics get to the another 1,000 circles around the sun, I'm crying like a baby. And then she sent a picture. Yeah.
I know. Disney's doing this on purpose, folks. You know that.
They are.
They're doing this on purpose so that, you want to go back to have that feeling again.
Exactly.
So, Gene Lindsay says, the first day walking in from under the train station and entering into a world away from reality. Main Street, the castle, the sounds, and the smells all make me tear up when we enter the Magic Kingdom on that first morning. Tinkerbell's flight, along with the song at the beginning of Wishes, still makes me cry even when I see it on video. And of course, the last night leaving. Wishes is always our last night show, and it makes me so sad to walk back out of the park and into everyday life.
Nice.
That's what it boils down to. We don't want to live in reality.
No, who does?
Who does?
You have to do laundry over reality. Right. I got to make some dinner.
Exactly.
Got to clean up the car, get gas in the car.
Go to work. Ugh.
Oh, my. Michelle Buglione Rosario, she goes, Wishes. I used to groan when I heard the Wishes song just because I was ready for something new, having seen the show so many times. That changed a few years ago when we visited Walt Disney World for just a few weeks after my father passed away. Now, every time I hear it, I can't help but think of him, our memories at Disney, and knowing I'm in my happy place.
Yeah, there you go.
Michelle, thanks for sharing that.
Absolutely. Denise Richardson simply says, Wishes.
Yes. Terry Pritchard says, Illuminations get me every single time.
Yep, there you go. Lisa, at Life of Green, jumping over to our Twitter, says, something about Tower of Terror makes me laugh hysterically during the dropping and climbing part.
Oh.
We work with a guy like that. Anytime he's under any kind of stress, he gets that nervous laugh.
He laughs and giggles.
So you're not alone, Lisa.
I make similar sounds, but it's actually just me being hysterical and
it's screaming. It sounds like laughing.
It sounds a lot like terror, ironically enough, but no. Joshua at Mr. Projectionist says, I still get chills when I see and hear the Kiss Goodnight at the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, yeah. Good pal of the show, been with us a long time. Krista at Browns Fan 317 says, really silly.
If she's a Browns fan, she's going to stay with us forever. We know. We know Browns fans, and they just never give up.
Wow. Even if we go on injured reserve, she's going to stay with us. Really silly, but I would tear up watching One Man's Dream at Hollywood Studios. Walt's story is just so incredible and inspiring. Yeah, also tear up for Celebrate the Magic. Laugh out loud. It is so beautiful and mesmerizing. It makes each trip complete. So hopefully they're going to hang on to One Man's Dream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be better. Judith at, I think it's JL Mom RN says, seeing the castle for the first time and getting on the Magical Express, I bawl like a baby.
Yeah. You know, that Magical Express, I would not want to be a bus driver on that.
Oh, my goodness.
You got to go home and be just a wreck because you're picking people up at the airport. Everybody's happy. We're having a great time.
And then the next bus trip.
And then when you head back to the airport, you got a busload of people crying and upset because they're leaving, kids screaming because I don't want to go.
It's a very bipolar job.
Oh, my gosh, you poor people. Oh, keep that in mind for those folks, all right?
And then they're looking at the bus driver with anger because you live here.
You brought me back to the airport. How dare you? They love you going.
Oh, yeah, you're the best friend.
Going out of the area. John Miner at Ouija Buck says, One Man's Dream gets me every time. My cool teenager skips it so he's not seen crying. He's too tough for that. And then he ends with, Go Buckeyes! O-H.
I-O.
There you go. So there it is, Tim. Those some of the things that make people in Looper Nation, emotional when they head to a Disney park. What makes you emotional when you go to a Disney park?
I have two that kind of I can think of offhand. One is just drive like on the way to the Contemporary, just driving the car, and you see the Contemporary like poke over the trees there.
Oh yeah,
because that's been the same view I've been looking at since I was a kid. Exact same, so it kind of takes me back to there. And the second is just still like everybody else, just walking right up Main Street because I remember pushing the kids up in their strollers. You know, being careful of the trolley tracks. Just all that stuff. Just I think that's it. Mostly walking around up Main Street every time. And then you look around now, and the kids are walking on their own, and they're looking around trying to soak the stuff in. And
exactly. Well, you've got, and then the Contemporary too. I mean, that's where you guys honeymoon. So
it is honeymoon there.
You got a lot of emotions wrapped up in the Contemporary
and the Resort Loop.
That's what. I saw how you tied that all in. That was nice.
How about you, Bob?
Yeah,
what's emotional for you?
Good. I gotta tell you when we did Osborne Lights, that choked me up like I have never been choked up at a Disney park. I mean, I love it. You get that great feeling when you go into Disney. But man, when I was on Streets of America at Osborne Lights and they're playing the Christmas music, and it takes you back to, when you're a kid at Christmas time, because it's such a special time anyway for a lot of us, whether good or bad sometimes. And it was just such an flood of emotions. And I got choked up. I got tears. I'm a softie anyway, Tim.
You are.
I'm very emotional.
You are emotional.
I am.
You're a sensitive guy.
I am very
You're
sensitive.
soft. In a good way. You're soft in a good way.
Wait a minute.
You're an old softie, as they would say. A teddy bear. I'm slowly trying to dig myself out of this.
Don't make.
I'll just keep interrupting you.
That ain't helping. That's okay because it's giving me. I'm composing myself.
I know you are.
Only two. Once again, get sad, and I do this every time. Everybody in my family knows. Don't talk to Dad until we hit the other side of Orlando when we're leaving, because we typically drive, because I don't want to talk to anybody until we get to the other side of Orlando, and then I'm okay again.
You're angry, Bob. You're driving 120 miles an hour.
I'm upset. I don't want to leave it hurts me to leave. And now I've noticed my son is doing the same thing. So unfortunately, I have projected this sadness onto him because it hurts to leave.
We need to break the cycle, Bob. Break the cycle.
Physically hurts to leave. Anyway, so
quick
guys,
tangent. I got to do a tangent.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think we don't have the Osborne lights this Christmas season? And there's an awful lot of incentives to go down there right now.
Yes.
Do you think there's any correlation? Maybe people aren't going this year because there's no Osborne lights. There's construction and no Osborne lights. What do you think?
I think that might be a factor for some folks. I really do. I think, it would be a consideration for me. But then again, you still have Epcot. You got illuminations. You still have all the decorations everywhere. You're talking about one thing that they're not going to have. You still have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which is incredible.
True.
So much fun.
But I missed the social media frenzy around the Osborne lights.
Yeah. I'm going to miss it.
We got some time. I don't think it would be out quite yet, but
yeah. It's no, I think it's done. It's gone.
Oh, it is done. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. I
have to put up a tree now this year.
What's that?
We have to put up a Christmas tree now this year at the house.
Yeah, I'll come over to your house.
Come on.
I'll celebrate at your house.
Please do.
I have.
You have.
You don't even remember. You don't remember me being at your house.
Oh, I have the pictures, my friend.
Well, I know you won't ever release those pictures because typically they're of the two of us together, and you will not be seen.
I'll be seen.
Looper Nation, you guys have gotten Disney to change policy. This is a multi-billion-dollar international corporation through your social media interaction. I am calling on Looper Nation to use that kind of power on social media to get you to finally release a photo of yourself.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm calling you out.
You're breaking up, Bob. I think you're breaking up.
Did you just edit me out of the show? What was that?
I can't. It's No Edit 2016. All part of your master plan. All part of the master plan.
That's right. Hey, before we go, we got to make this announcement. Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company, they just came out with their Organic Origins collection.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
This stuff is fantastic.
Wonderful.
You and I have both sampled it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
It is fantastic. I've told you before, I'm a big fan of the single origins.
Right.
I just like to know everything where it comes from a specific area, just kind of give a little taste of a different part of the world.
Right.
But, Chris DeMezzo, everybody over there did a fantastic job.
Incredible job.
Oh.
If you guys in Looper Nation, if you're not into the whole flavored coffee stuff, this stuff is perfect for you. It's USDA certified organic, 100% specialty Arabica coffee. Single origin coffee beans sourced from all around the globe, including Costa Rica, Sumatra, Peru, Guatemala, and Colombia. It's kosher, pesticide free, and it's just so good that I think you'll like it. So check that out over at Joffreys.com.
And I will say they will love it.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. So, and don't forget, I will be down at Tea Traders in a little more than a month.
Wow, it's coming up fast.
So let's make sure you guys come over and see me. I would love to have some personal interaction, not just on social media. I want to meet you guys and say hello. So please do that, and there'll be more information coming. I'm working on the itinerary for everything that I'm going to be doing. It's going to be crazy. Super busy.
You're a super busy man.
So, Tim, that is all I've got.
Oh, everybody, thanks for joining us on this very emotional show. I'm drained.
I'm tearing up.
I know. Me too, actually. I did a couple times during the show. I don't think anybody could tell, but thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me at ResortLoop.com.
I'm ResortLoop Bob on the Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. Rate us on iTunes so that we can, read that rating off to you. And listen on iHeartRadio. What else should folks do, Tim?
Everybody can check out Tyler over at peoplemovertravel.com, and you can always follow us at The Gateway to the Magic.
See you, everybody. All right, Tim, so everybody has, they've stopped listening to the show now. What should they do after they're done listening to the show and they're all excited about wanting to go to a Disney park, going on a Disney vacation? What should they do?
I, personally, after being all excited and ready to go, I'm going to deal with an expert. I'm going to talk to People Mover Travel and talk to Tyler, our expert over there.
Over at peoplemovertravel.com?
Peoplemovertravel.com.
But when you go there,
yes,
you got to make sure you click on that you heard about them from us.
From ResortLoop.
ResortLoop.
That is an option on the drop-down menu right there.
Absolutely. By the way, Tim.
Yes.
I just booked through them.
How did that go?
It was the easiest thing in the world.
How can it not be? It's Tyler.
I put in my name. I put in the dates I want.
Right.
Of course, check-marked. Resort Loop is where I heard of them from. And sent it off to him. Within an hour, Tyler had gotten back to me. I can't guarantee he's going to get back to everybody that quick. But got back to me within an hour, letting me know he got it, and he'll let me know as soon as he runs the numbers.
Tyler and his team know travel.
Peoplemovertravel.com is fantastic.
Love.
Easy. You and I have done it a million times on our own.
And we missed out on discounts here and there because we're not on top of it all the time.
I'm done doing that.
Why would we have to do it? Tyler, at People Mover Travel, will do it for you. You don't follow us at the Gateway to the Magic. What am I saying?
I don't know. You make this stuff up every show.
Every show. Every show.
What would you like to have said?
I probably would have said, what would I have said this time? I would have said
share the magic.
No, I would have said go out there and share the Gateway to the Magic. Bing bong.